My experience in the industry is over 5 years, during which I have worked in various companies and accumulated a small set of tips that can help aspiring indie developers. Don't create the game of your dreams. Many of you have probably had the idea of creating an incredible cool game with intricate mechanics, graphics and attention to detail. Maybe you envisioned creating a vast open world in a post-apocalyptic setting with zombies and survival elements, similar to DayZ, Days Gone or the recent The Day Before, or perhaps something akin to Zelda but with your own lore and characters. Stop, hold on. There is a 99% chance you won't even accomplish a small part. And here's why. Lack of sufficient knowledge, lack of a large budget, or lack of a team. If you don't have something from this list, you're doomed. Lack of knowledge. I'm confident that most of you are not really generalists with over 10 years of experience. You either know a 3D artist, a junior programmer, a game designer, or a level designer. You can combine roles, perhaps being both a level designer and a programmer, but you can't possess all the skills required for game development. So the simple conclusion is that you just won't have the skills and money to implement all your cool ideas. How to solve this problem? Simply come up with something easy. Create a game with just one simple core mechanics, around which the entire gameplay will revolve. Your first game doesn't have to be perfect. Remember that your first game shouldn't more than 2-3 months. This is important. Don't neglect marketing. What I am about to say might surprise you a bit, but marketing is more crucial than game dev development itself. What? Yes, it's true. Let's consider a simple example. Just think about how many times you have seen some indie game on hype and thought, wow, I could create something similar. Too bad I didn't think of it before. It all boils down to marketing. If you focus solely on game development and ignore marketing, you'll drown in the sea of the Steam's library. And, if you're lucky, gather a handful of players. That's because at the game's release, no one knows about it except you, your friends and maybe your mom. So, it will simply get lost among numerous other no-name projects and you'll end up disappointed and in tears. To avoid disappointment and to accumulate a good number of wish lists and earn even a small amount of money, you need to start promoting your game on all social media right now, from the very first days of development. Even if you don't have screenshots yet, just create a short video where you explain your idea. If you're worried that someone might steal your idea, then answer me this one question. Can your idea advertise your game in a way that it will earn a lot? Create a Steam page as quickly as possible. If you have at least 4 interesting screenshots and 30-second trailer of your game, hurry up and create a Steam page. Ideally, do this right from the start. This advice falls under the marketing section and is equally important. Your Steam page is the face of your game. Keep an eye on it, update it, drive traffic from social network to your page, and gather a sufficient number of wishlists before the release. If you want a more detailed video on marketing your game, write the comments. Don't get stuck. Yeah, I understand you perfectly. You want to create something incredible, something very beautiful and interesting, but understand this. You can easily drown of continuous refinements of your project and lose motivation to continue development. If you're struggling with a certain mechanics or creating a beautiful location, you have 2 options. If your game has a budget, hire a specialist who will not only do what is needed but also roughly explain how it works. If there's no budget, which is likely, simply replace the thing that you're struggling with. For example, currently I'm developing my horror game and I'm having issues with programming. I have a significant experience in 3D modeling and texturing and level and game design, some experience with animation as well as in sound design, but very little experience in programming, although I do have some. I wanted to implement a dynamic inventory system with item combination and so on, but at some point I realized it's beyond my programming skills. So I removed the inventory from my game and assigned items to quick slots. That's it. I solved the problem, saved a lot of time and energy. I didn't completely abandon my idea. That's not compromising the player's experience. Budget. If you're planning to spend several $1,000s of your first game, you will soon regret it. Believe me. Especially this is your first game. It's your lack experience in development and in team. I often receive requests from novice developer, and each time I see the same mistakes. No experience, they create their dream game and an inflated budget. How many projects do you think in the end were brought to release? Out of 20 projects, only 6 made it to release. And do you know how many of them were successful? 0. None of them even recouped the cost of my work, let alone the entire project. So my advice to you: temper your enthusiasm. The maximum you should spend on your first project is 5% of your annual salary. Thanks for watching until the end. If you want more advice for indie developers, leave the comments, subscribe and stay tuned for more. Until next time. Bye.